Hello and welcome to CHD 120, Introduction to Early Childhood Education. My name is Maggie Charlton and I'm going to be your instructor for this course. I am the head of the Early Childhood Program at TCC, and I am located on the Virginia Beach campus in the Kempsville building. If you are ever on campus and want to stop by, my office number is D109. So I just wanted to create a welcome video so that you could see my face as we're going to be interacting with each other. I truly feel like in order for students to be successful, that the classes need to run just like a community would, and so that's why I think it's so important that we interact with each other. And even on your first discussion board postings, I'm going to have you upload a picture so that we truly feel like we are getting to see each other face to face. But I also wanted to show you how the course is set up in Canvas and how kind of the course is going to run throughout this semester so that you feel like you have all of the information that you need from the very beginning. So as I get us into our Canvas course, you're going to see that when you open up our course, this will always be the place that you're going to land. And the most recent announcements are always going to be at the top of this page. So you'll see that the week 1 announcement is already ready for you. Something that I do in my courses is I run this week by week. And the reason I do this is because I feel like students are more successful when they're able to focus on just one thing at a time. So instead of making everything available to you from the very beginning, you're going to notice that every single Monday, a new week is going to be available to you. Anytime that you are given an assignment, I am going to make sure that I go over that in a video for you and have lots of resources for you so you can be successful as well. But just so that you see on our landing page, our home page, you will always be able to see the weekly announcement up here at the very top. This is the textbook that we're going to be using. Yes, it is required. Yes, you are going to be using it, but it really doesn't matter what format you get it in. It comes in a hardback, it comes in a paperback, loose leaf version, and you can also do the ebook. So just make sure that you do have access to this because we are going to be using it every single week. And I've also given you some hints about how to be successful in an online course. So as you know, with an online course, there's no way that I can track whether or not you came to class. I can see when you log into our course, but it's not the same as when you walk into a face-to-face class and your teacher can mark you as present. So you do have to be responsible. You have to be an autonomous learner who's going to be able to set your own schedule, set deadlines so that you are sure that you get everything done. So like I said, this is just some information for you. So please take the time to read through it. And again, know that every single Monday morning, the next week is going to be available to you. So for our first week, only week 1 is available. Anything in week 1 that you're going to need to do, you're going to have access to. And then next Monday, week 2 will be available to you. And again, I do that because I found that students find that less overwhelming because they can make sure that they are just focusing on one thing at a time. But I promise you, every assignment that you have, an actual assignment, you will have at least 2 weeks to get it done. So you're never going to have to worry that you're having to turn around work in a really short amount of time. The only thing that's going to be due on a weekly basis is if there is a discussion board. Sometimes I'll say your weekly participation is just logging in. But make sure that you read your weekly announcements because that will give you that information. So just a quick tour of the course. When you click on the syllabus link, you're going to find not only the syllabus for this course, but I also created a printable course schedule so that you can follow along week by week. The announcements, all of the announcements will be housed in here, but again, I have made it so that on our home page, the weekly announcement is just going to be here for you. When we get to assignments, and you are not going to have an actual project assignment for a few weeks, but if I click on it, you can see, because I already have everything loaded in there, anytime that an assignment has been introduced, it will become available to you. When you click on this right now, the only thing that's going to show up in assignments is the first discussion board. That's the introduction. But rest assured that when an assignment has been introduced, everything is going to be available to you. I just don't make them available until I've explained them, because a lot of times students try and work ahead. And while I am a type A person and I completely respect that, I do a lot of teaching with all of these assignments. And so in order for you really to have the best chance of being successful, you need to wait until I've given the instruction. Along those lines with assignments, I do not give quizzes and I do not give tests. Don't celebrate too hard, because you will see that you do have several assignments. But I have set this up as a project-based course simply because if I'm going to preach that doing standardized testing with children, and actually everyone, is not developmentally appropriate, then I would be a hypocrite if I did the same thing. So I think it's more important that you can apply the material and actually learn how to use it in the classroom. And so that's why all of these are going to be projects that you're going to be working on. Discussions. Most weeks you will have a discussion board that you need to complete. This week it's the introductions, and so all you have to do when you click on introductions, you will see that you're going to be able to do a reply. Sometimes there's going to be a place that says create thread, and so if you need to do that, then you're going to be able to just start your own thread there. But you will also see that the way that I've set it up is in our modules. Everything is in one place for you. Anytime that you want to check your grades, you can just click on the grades here. And then these are just Microsoft Office 365 if you're looking to purchase your course materials. But really the place that you're going to use the most from the course is going to be in the modules. So when you go here, you'll see the first thing, this is just kind of generic TCC information. And so this will always be there. When it comes to course information, here is my biography if you're interested in it. This is going to be a really helpful link for you. Spend some time going through it now. I'm not going to overwhelm you and go through each of them right now. I'm going to, at different points in the course, I'm going to go back to this and show you this is where you can find this resource. This is why you need to use this particular resource. But this is going to be available to you for the whole semester. The grading policy, the distribution, so each of your assignments is weighted, and so that's already accounted for in the grade book. So anytime that you have submitted an assignment to be graded, then it will update your grade as well. And then when it comes to the discussion board, most of the time I'm going to tell you that you need to not only post your response, but you need to reply to at least 2 of your classmates. And what I want to see is substantial replies to your classmates. I don't want to see great post, nice to meet you, I agree with you. It needs to be a little bit more in depth. Think of this as a conversation that you're having with this person. Again, this is an online setting, so the only way that we're interacting with each other is virtually. So you will see on the discussion board rubric that it talks about how your replies need to be substantial. And so here's where we're going to get into our different weeks. So you will see when you click on modules that week 1 is available to you. On my screen, you can see that it's green, which means it's available. I have all of the other weeks, but since they're not green yet, that means I haven't made it available to you yet. And again, week by week makes it much more manageable. But each week is going to be set up exactly the same. So there will be a page that kind of explains everything that's going on, what you're going to be learning about, any assignments that you need, and then there will always be a video. So if you look at our week 1 page, you're going to see that I'm telling you for the Virginia Community College system, this is what our outcome is. These are all of our objectives for what you're going to be learning about this week. And so you're going to see that really this week you're only going to be looking at Chapter 1. It's going to be an introduction to early childhood education. And so even though this says 2, it really is just Chapter 1. So I will make sure that I take that out. But for every chapter that you read in the textbook, I have a corresponding PowerPoint for you. Don't rely on the PowerPoint. You actually do need to read the chapter, but you can use the PowerPoint as a great guide as you're going through, as well as a good summary when you're done. And so these will actually be linked directly from this page. So you don't have to do anything extra. This is going to be the PowerPoint for Chapter 1. And so the only assignment that you have for this week is to complete the introductions discussion board. And again, I showed you the introduction discussion board on the discussions tab, but anytime that something is being introduced or you're being asked to do something or to view something or to read something, it will be directly linked from this page so that you're not going all over the place to find it. So this will take you directly to that introductions discussion board. And so that's how every week is going to be set up. You'll have the video that's going to walk you through everything. You're going to have your objectives of what you're going to be learning about, just a quick little blurb about that particular week, and then what you need to read or view. There's going to be times that I have videos for you to view. They will be directly linked from here as well as the assignments. So like I said, I just wanted to give a quick little overview of how the course is set up. Again, it's going to be week by week. So this week you're only looking at Chapter 1, as well as doing your introductory discussion board. So I'm really looking forward to working with each of you. Please don't ever hesitate to contact me if you have questions. I will be honest and tell you that email is by far the best way to get a hold of me, especially if you want a quick response, because email comes through on every device that I own. So again, if you have questions, don't hesitate to contact me. That's what I'm here for. And for those of you who are in the program for the very first time, welcome. I hope that we're going to be seeing a lot of you as you go throughout this particular course and our program. And remember that I'm here to help you. So have a great week, and I will see you in week 2.